Let's take some notes. So matrices are rectangular arrangements of numbers in rows and columns. The plural is matrices. Since a matrix is rectangular, we have rows by columns. So you have m number of rows and n number of columns. The numbers that are in those rows and columns in the matrix are called elements. So two matrices are equal if they have the same dimensions, the same number of rows and columns, and if all of the elements in the same positions are the same. So they basically just have to be the same things. Scalar is the name for a real number that we multiply matrices by. And then we get to the actual doing of stuff, adding and subtracting matrices. So if you're going to add or you're going to subtract, all you do is take the element in each spot and add or subtract the corresponding spot in the other vertice, the other matrix. Since we have to add all of the same elements together, our matrices always have to be the same size. They have to have the same dimensions. So let's look at our example here. If we have a 2x2 matrix plus another 2x2 matrix, all we're going to do is add the corresponding parts together. So 5 plus -8. We have 2 plus 10, -1 plus -6, and 8 plus 3. So our finished matrix over here is -3, 12, -7, 11. You just add the parts that are in the same parts. If right here it's a minus, you subtract instead of adding. Scalar multiplication means we simply take the scalar and multiply each element in the matrix by that scalar. So we have this 2 on the outside. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply it in by everything. So 2 times -1 is -2, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times -6 is -12. Just that easy. That's all scalar multiplication is. Matrices have some fun properties. It's associative, commutative, distributive across addition and subtraction. We don't have some of the fun things because of the way that matrices work when we figure out matrix multiplication. So notice this is just addition and subtraction we're talking about here. This does let us do some solving for x's and y's. So we have a matrix equation here because we have an equal sign with matrices. We are going to say, hey, these two matrices inside the parentheses, inside our parentheses here, are added together. So we're going to add those together. So we have 3 times 5x plus 3, -2 plus 7, 6 plus -5, and -4 plus -y equals -21, 15, 3, -24. So 3 times 5x plus 3 is 15x plus 9. -2 plus 7 is 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 6 plus -5 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. And 3 times -4 plus y is -12 minus 3y. Which still equals -21, 15, 3, -24. So right away, the upper right and the lower left are equal. So those are the corresponding parts that are equal so far. We want to know the x and the y that make the other two equal. So 15x plus 9 equals negative 21. And x equals negative 2. While negative 12y minus 3y equals negative 24. So negative 3y equals negative 12, and y equals 4. We have found the x and the y, so we have solved, I skipped a few little steps for us. We did all of these individually. That is our basics of matrices, adding, subtracting, and multiplying by a scalar.